Hi, everybody. This is your announcement for History 202G for February 16th, okay, which will be the week of February 17th. But I'm posting this today because we have another group project this week, and I wanted to get this message out to you, excuse me, as soon as I can. So for this week, we continue with Module 2.1. And I hope you enjoyed last week. You got a little bit of a breather from kind of the heavy duty group work. So, but we need to get rallied up again. Okay, like many of you did for the last group project. After this, there will be no more group projects. Okay, but in this one, I think will be fun. I think it's fun. But in Module 2.1, we are looking at expansionism, which means that I've already talked about this in previous announcements, but that at this point in time in the late 1800s, okay, specifically 1898, if you've done your reading, you know that the United States gets itself into a war with Spain, and that war begins over Cuba, okay, which Spain had colonized, and Spain had been a colony of Cuba since, like the 15th century. So this war, the Spanish-American War, the United States wins, right? And so by winning, the United States gains possession of all of those islands and nations that in the Western Hemisphere that Spain had, but also the Philippines. Okay, so this was very controversial because now the United States, well, I won't say owned because I don't like the connotations of that, but the United States had possession, had annexed the Philippines, and was governing the Philippines. So this is a nation of millions of people, millions of Filipinos living there. So the controversy was, here's the United States. A country that was founded based on the idea of freedom and independence and liberty, holding possession over another people, okay, in a very far away place, thousands of miles away from the United States. So what this project is that I'm going to have you work on is you become the House of Representatives. And so you're going to debate a bill, and I talked about this in my announcement last week, that will call for the withdrawal of U.S. troops from the Philippines. Okay, so now just to avoid confusion, there wasn't, as far as I know, an actual bill like this. Okay, so this is just something I kind of made up in my mind as a kind of a fun project to look at, how do we feel about that? What are the issues involved with the United States, excuse me, occupying another nation's people? Okay, so that's where that comes from. So it's not meant to be necessarily historically accurate in its entirety. Okay, so what I want to do is to talk to you about this project more. Okay, so this is where we're at. We're in Module 2. Okay, and you did all this last week, so this is what we're doing this week, debate in Congress. So be sure to go through all of these instructions so that you know what's going on. And you have to read Chapter 27 and these linked readings. This is the platform of the American Anti-Imperialist League. They were against the United States having possession of the Philippines, so you have to read that. Whether or not you're supporting the bill, whether or not your group supports the bill, you got to read everything. Okay, everybody read everything. And also more information about the Philippine-American conflict, which gives you a little bit more background information. Okay, so in your statements, your group has to reference these readings, okay? And this is your scenario. You're part of the House of Representatives. It's 1899. The bill is called H.R. 202G. Okay, obviously I made that up. But the bill calls for the immediate withdrawal of U.S. personnel from the Philippines and grants immediate independence to the Philippines. Okay, so your job is you have to debate this bill. Okay, so 2 groups support the bill and 2 groups oppose the bill. Okay, so these are your specific instructions for the debate. There are 4 groups. Each group is responsible for putting together information to support or defeat the bill in the debate. You have to use our resources. Members of each group will work collaboratively to write the group's opening statement and to formulate responses to the statements of the opposing side. For grading for the simulation, each individual student will receive a grade that is determined by his group's posts and replies. The grade the group earns will be the grade for each member of the group, and then I'll post the grade in the discussion. Okay, so then there's also individual grades. There is an essay also, like we did for the last one. Okay, so I am going to be the Speaker of the House. This is the specific instructions for the debate. So I'm going to facilitate the debate. 2, the debate will take place asynchronously on the discussion board, debate in Congress. 3, each group will post its opening statement on the discussion board. You will not be able to see anyone else's post until your group's position is posted. I might change that so that you can see what's going on. But each group must begin with their opening statement. Madam Speaker, I rise in support of or against H.R. 202G. 4, then each side will be able to post one statement rebutting the opening statements of the other sides. And that's where I'll open up the discussion so that you can see what other people, well, you'll be able to see what other people have posted at that point. 5, then after all sides have posted one rebuttal statement, each side may post one more rebuttal to the opposing side. 6, after 2 rounds of rebuttals, the debate will be closed and a vote on the bill will be taken. And I'll probably do that through Canvas, the inbox. The rules of etiquette must be followed. Okay, so those are the instructions. I just read them to you. Okay. All right, and here's the actual debate. Okay, so what I recommend you do, look here, see how I have clicked here on subscribe. I highly recommend that you also click that button on subscribe so you know when other groups have posted their statements. Okay, so these are just a reiteration of the debate instructions. All right, so what I found, I looked into the groups, and I don't see a lot of activity right now, okay? Even though I told you last week you should get started working together. And you know, you had more time to work together, and I don't see, you know, only one group has really started working on things. So I'm going to have to tell you, kind of call you out here. Okay, so group 1, you are for the bill. You support withdrawing American troops from the Philippines. So far on your page, only Madison has posted. Nobody else has posted to that group page. So all of you who are in group 1, you need to step up here. Okay, don't leave Madison hanging there. Don't make her carry the whole load for you. All right, don't be that student who doesn't help. Group 2, nothing. Okay, nobody has posted anything. All right, so that concerns me. You are against the bill. Okay, so all of you in group 2, you need to get on it. Okay, you need to get in there. Start a discussion. Start working on this. Group 3, so far there's the most activity in group 3. You support the bill. Tiffany and Austin are the only ones who have posted. There are, you know, more students than those 2 in the group, so everybody needs to get in there and help out. And group 4, you are against the bill. There is nothing but crickets, okay, in your group. So you all need to get going on this. So each group's opening statement, you have, just like our Standard Oil hearing, you need to get that posted by Tuesday night, February 18th. Okay, so I highly recommend that you start working together, and I really expect there to be collaboration, that you work together on putting together your statement. So just to clarify a few points, um, there should be one post from each group for that opening statement, but within that post, more than one person can contribute. Okay, so I think there was one group where I think you had worked with Google Docs or whatever somehow, and you found a nice way to have statements from each member of your group. And I like that because the more participation I see, the better it is. And you get graded on that. Okay, if less than half of the students in a group participate, the group loses points on that. Okay, so be sure everyone, participate so that you don't lose points in that regard. All right, so if you have any questions about this, please ask me, and I am very happy to clarify that for you. Okay, so I think everyone pulled through nicely for the last group project we did. One group was like sort of the last minute, but they came through, and I was happy about that. Even if it was late, it was, you got it done, and that's what's important. So let's try to make this a good discussion. I think it's an interesting topic. It's timely. This is still an issue. I mean, not the Philippines, but, to what extent does the United States become involved in conflicts, beyond the Western Hemisphere? So, okay, so that's what's happening. I'm going to end because I'm at 11 minutes, and YouTube doesn't like long videos. So I hope you all have a great week. I hope you are having a good weekend, and it's time to get to work, all right? So I'm looking forward to seeing those opening statements by Tuesday from each group. And again, if you have questions or you're confused, please contact me. I will do what I can to make it clear and to help you out, okay? All right, thanks a lot for watching, and I will see you soon.